All right, looks like I'm recording. Hello, you have Terrence Snell up here in the state of Georgia, not too far from you. Remember that. I was just looking at Seminar 91, and it looks like at the end of the seminar or whatnot, a question was proposed as to how could we start running experiments to, further our way of thinking towards the mechanical approach or whatnot, or something that our children could do, you know what I'm saying, so they can start growing up with that mentality, you know what I'm saying. Well, it's something that I couldn't think of nothing at first, I was like, there has to be a way. But there's no like direct approach. Like you said, you're gonna have to really rewire the way that most people that are set in stone, you have to rewire their way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like boot camp. Take them to boot camp, tell them that, you can't have food unless you do what I say do. And, eventually they start listening to you. But, you know, for children, what I came up with, or even grown ass adults, what I came up with is just a simple controlled experiment. You do it with plants. Get you a bag of seeds, all one plant. You know what I'm saying? Don't grow them all at the same time because that's just too much and you're gonna fuck up. Um, grow one plant at a time. And you know what I'm saying? And I have notes because I forget things. Grow one plant. And each time you grow the plant or, germinate the seed or whatever, you're gonna experiment with the lighting, the soil, some fertilizer, you know what I'm saying, and sometimes without fertilizer, obviously. And just like little things that you can do, like changing the color, like adding, food coloring to your water, you know what I'm saying, just to change the color of the plant, you know what I'm saying. But you don't do it every time. But every time you do something different, every time the amount of lighting, I want you to change it. I want you to move the lighting from over here to over here and watch how one plant ends up with a crook to the left or a crook to the right. Fertilizer. You got the plant that had the fertilizer, the plant that didn't have the fertilizer. Which one got bigger? You got the plants that was grown in this kind of soil, then you got the plants that were grown in that kind of soil. And if you want to go ham with it, grow a plant between some tissue. It might not get that big, but to get some roots, to get a little leaf. I don't know. You can grow plants in rocks, I think I heard. Yeah. Because they pretty much just need somewhere for the roots to grow and they need to pick up the nutrients they need, blah, 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 blah. But experiment with these things, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, every time you switch it up, you're going to get a different result. And referring to notes. One moment. Oh, yeah. So, after you do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much you're going to realize. I need a teleprompter. But after you got your little controlled experiments, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have your control results. And of course, take notes as you're doing these things if you want to grow, take pictures, record a video while you're doing. Who knows? But you're gonna have the same seed, different results. You know what I'm saying, and you're gonna realize that whatever result it is most admirable, whatever result you like, you know what I'm saying, you can choose that way to grow your plant. If you like your plant to grow with a crook to the right and it's actually purple and it's supposed to be green, food coloring, put the light over there. You know what I'm saying? If you want your plants to die, you know what I'm saying, don't give them enough light. Give them too much water. You know what I'm saying? If you want your plant to look a little withered and be blue-green, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you need to understand that, yes, plants grow. They need sunlight, water, and air. But, it's not air. It's CO2. Well, air too, but, mainly carbon dioxide. But, you know what I'm saying? The thing is, you can control that environment. And once you realize that, I want you to start that part of the experiment. That's the beginning. I'm a little drawn out, sorry. But that part of the experiment is over. The next part of the experiment is up here. I want you to take that plant and each experiment and see how you can kind of apply or correlate that to a neighborhood or to a country or to a person. You know what I'm saying? I think I had some more. A population, a certain population, the population of this community, black population, the white population, Chinese, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it has to be something that you see a problem with that's not in another one. Just like, with the plants, you know what I'm saying? This plant's a little withered. Why? Can you say that about this certain population that lives over here? It might be withered. It might actually have tinted skin for some reason. I don't know. Maybe they glow in the dark. But that has something to do with the water or something like that. I'm assuming. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But up here, that's when you get the brain start to click. You know what I'm saying? The light bulb might light up, it might not. But it's a very simple, you know what I'm saying, experiment, because at the end of the day, you learn that you control, and there are certain mechanics to that seed. Same thing, you know, if you want that seed to grow to maturity and bear fruit, you know what I'm saying? So more little seeds can pop out and more little plants can be made, you know what I'm saying? And that little plant can have its babies, blah, 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 blah. You can learn that we can do the same thing. Society can do the same thing. If society wants to bear fruit, if we want to bear fruit, you know what I'm saying? We have to figure out what works and what doesn't work. Because, you know what I'm saying? When you learn, hold on, I wrote this down. It sounded good when I said it. Hold on. Oh yeah, understanding how and why leads to how not to and how to do better. You know what I'm saying? With the seeds and with us as a society, as people. You know what I'm saying? As neighborhoods, as you know, whatever or whatever. Oh, none of y'all know about that. That's some Rachel Maddow shit. But I also was just, you know, saying like, and you also have to say things to people like, and tell, and they just explain the angel bird thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot. I never thought about it like that. And when Jock said the whole little, oh well, look at the angels, you know what I'm saying? And look at their wings with their feathers and stuff. Why do angels have wings? You know what I'm saying? God can make that man fly without a wing. But or without those wings, you know, but because man, especially the man of the time, only knew of one thing that could fly, which were birds, how do they explain the flying angels? They gave him wings. That was our perception of seeing it. Even if he didn't have wings, we couldn't even figure out how he flew without the wings. So we just drew some wings on his back. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But, well, I do know. I get it, but it was just a shock to me because I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Because at the end of the day, what are you saying? There's air in heaven. Just like you said, like everything just made so much sense. Okay, we think that flying things have wings. You know what I'm saying? So let's give them wings. Even though God does not need wings, or neither does his angels. So, you know, that little eye opener is another little brain exercise. I mean, it's not one that's going to work on everybody, but you know, to those of us that are open to that way of thinking, open to thinking outside of the box that we grew up in, you know, excuse me, it's going to light up a light bulb. You know what I'm saying? Because once that light bulb is lit up, if you don't automatically start to think, I'm approaching 8 or 9 minutes, so I'm about to stop, but it's knocked over my keyboard. But if you don't automatically start to think, I wonder how many other things are like that, are so simply explained when thought about, you know what I'm saying, like, or so easily looked over, you know, all around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I wonder how many other misperceptions or perceptions, human perceptions or illogical perceptions have been placed before me and in my head and, you know, taught to me, you know, from wee little to yay high, you know, and that just, that's the truth to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I say, I don't believe in a lot of shit. I think a lot of shit is stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'm on y'all's team, you know, the Venus Project team. Well, I'm not really on the team, but I want to be. But like I say, that's an eye opener, and I have so much shit I want to say, so I'm just gonna end it because it's like I just want to just, you know, splat it all out. And yes, so like I said, my name is Terrence Neal. You asked what kind of experiment could you do? Simply put, grow a little garden, grow a couple of plants, experiment with them, experiment with the lighting, experiment with the fertilizer, the soil, coloring of the plant, blah, 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 and then sit up and take those experiments and try to relate those experiments to anything as far as what we need to change in society. People, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of lighting could affect the people? You know, not really the lighting, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of subtle changes could be put on any group or people or country or neighborhood that if you add this to the mix, you know what I'm saying? If you put fertilizer in the hood, what you think gonna happen? It might grow a little bit stronger. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily fertilizer, but it's something. You get what I'm saying? If you insert good education into the, or quality education into a lot of the non-quality, schooling districts, what's going to happen? You're going to have smarter students, that 9 times out of 10 hopefully will go to college or something and be a productive member of society. But if you don't give it enough light, if you don't give the hood enough light, if you don't give it any fertilizer if it's needed, if the soil ain't good, then guess what? It's not going to be, the best pickings, when it's time to get that fruit off that little plant. Or, it might not even bear seeds. It might be infertile. So, like once you wrap your mind around that and that kind of way of thinking, I think that that's like the simplest experiment that I could come up with. So I'm going to stop talking now. Goodbye.